All right, welcome back, everyone. Kit here, Shadowverse Evolved channel, Burn One, all that stuff. We're back with the Idolmaster Cinderella Girls set review. We're doing this one a little different. If you didn't see the first one, we're actually reviewing the starter decks that come out with this because they do have some unique cards in it, along with some cards from the main booster. So we're going to review these first and kind of talk about them at the end. Let you know kind of like, is this a cool starter deck or not? And then later we'll get into the full set review and so forth from there. If you didn't see the first one, I'm obviously joined back with longtime friend of the stream, Presha. Want to say hi?
Howdy, it is a cool starter deck.
It is. And then I'm joined here with Captain first, or I guess second time. This will be the second video when it's released. Welcome, Captain. Recently got top 8 at the Grand Showdown, so everyone tell him he's the best player in the world.
Happy to be back.
But yeah, we'll just kind of jump right into it. As always, here is our rating key. S at the top for defining meta stuff, F for not impactful and won't see play, and so forth. If you care about the middle stuff, you can read it and so forth. But we're moving on. Once again, we got cool earrings here. If you didn't see the last one, this is the gimmick of playing the Cinderella Girls stuff. If you've played a Cinderella Girls deck, you start with 5 of these in your EX zone, and they can be traded off for effects later on, or you can just use them as is, as a heal 1, draw a card for 4, which probably is really bad. But yeah, moving on here. First card, we got Rin Shibuya, Triad Primus. If you guys ever played Weiss, she was a jerk of a card too when she was meta relevant there. And it seems like she's going to be the same here because she is like Cinderella Girls poster girl. So 3-drop, 3/3 Swordcraft follower. It has Storm and Fanfare. If there are at least 3 cool followers on the field, select another follower on the field with 3 or less attack and give it Storm. Then it has Activate 1 play point and use 1 lesson. Give this follower +1, and then this ability +1 attack, that is, and this ability can be only activated once per turn. This is part of the reason why the whole cool aggro archetype is really good. The Rin is a pretty silly novice trooper with a little extra stuff going on here. Pretty sure this is just like straight up S tier card. You guys have anything to add?
This card is super fucked. I don't know why. There's so much lines of text that don't need to be on this card. I don't like it.
Yeah, I'm just glad we went through the entire cute list first. Kept waiting for Storm, finally see it, and it just isn't relevant to that deck. So
yeah.
Exactly. Card is insane. Yeah, watch out for a cool aggro your opening week of this meta because it's going to be relevant for a while for sure.
Opening week and then the next 6 weeks.
Yeah, listen, maybe somewhere down the line someone will figure something out. But yeah,
no one can figure things out in this game.
Oh, all right, Presha.
All right, now Kamiya, whatever. 5 mana 3/3 Fanfare. Look at the top 5 cards of your deck. You may put up to 2 cool followers which are with original cost of 4 or less from among them onto your field. Put the remaining cards at the bottom of your deck in any order. These characters have to be the most popular of all time, right? Like, I don't know why
now is a very, very popular character.
Just like, why do all of these characters get to search from the deck and have Storm, and the previous ones were like, you have to play them and get them in the graveyard first. This is just like, this is a crazy, crazy card. I don't know. This is Cerberus from Digital, but better, because it's gonna be better than the tokens. This card's insane.
You can hit Rin off of this and give this Storm too. Kill me.
Well, that's the thing is what I'm seeing the trend between this and the cute deck is they're made to be played with each other, except now comes out 2 turns earlier than the cute one, can play both of the other 2, and those other 2 are some of the best cards in the deck easily.
Is there even anything worth to talk? This is S, right? Because just because of the cards that are working with it. I could see a world where we just rate this A, but the fact that we know Rin exists and the other cards in cool that are really good, this is just a really good card. So they clearly had their favorite.
Yeah, it's sad that the first type of card like Cerberus, the second Cerberus from Digital, is a not Shadowverse / Rage of Hobbit character. It's a Idolmaster character. But yeah, this card is.
We love crossovers here.
Yeah. Yes, exactly. We do.
Oh. All right, next card.
So the next one here is Karen Hojo, Song for Life. It is a 1-drop 3/2. At the start of your end phase, if you have no other cool followers on your field, deal 1 damage to this follower. And then for 3 play points, you can activate a lesson to give it an additional 1. Again, it's an instant S. It's an immediately an overstated goblin turn 1. You play it with the other 2, and it's instantly just one of the better cards in the deck.
Get me out of this game.
I'm so good on Shadowverse for the next 6 months. Like, I am so out on this game. I just don't know. I forgot that she has like a worse rousing step built in for some reason.
Oh my god. This is
These might be the best 3 cards in succession like I've ever seen.
Yeah, all
This
3
is
of these
the
are
best-
insane.
Yeah, this is the best like package of cards in the entire game.
Yeah, I'm just so happy that they actually have the cool requirement on them, because otherwise we'd be seeing these in Sword until the end of our days.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, I mean, yeah, that's an issue too. Is like they're so singular to their own thing. Like these can be neutral cards. Like they're never gonna see play outside of or in Sword. Outside of Idolmaster. Cool.
Yeah.
But makes it pretty good.
Yes, it does. All right, we got here Yasuha Okazaki, which is a 4-drop 4/4 Runecraft follower. Has fanfare. Search your deck for a cool follower that originally costs 2 or less play points and put it onto your.
Huh?
What?
Huh? Wait. Why is this a wait? What? Remember the last 4-drop from the first starter deck? Why was that one unplayable garbage? And this was like, oh yeah, here's like 4 mana 7/6 worth of stats. Because I'm cool like that.
Yeah, I like 4 mana 7/6 worth of stats. Like, okay, yeah, this doesn't impact your opponent's board immediately, but this card seems a bit. Yeah, I'm. This is the save me meta. This is what? I can't.
Oh,
It's,
sorry.
Did you translate this wrong? Or like,
No, that's exactly what it says. That's exactly what it says in J.
My favorite
Yeah,
thing is
like-
because I have not looked at deck lists or anything. I bet this isn't even played in the deck.
It probably isn't, unironically.
Oh, we don't need to search cards, bro. We just always have it.
It might actually not be played in the deck because maybe it's
The-
not
the-
fast enough.
The second place list at the Autumn Chiva did play it at 3. So
Okay, I think we're
the
right
other
on
2
the-
decks don't have. Or sorry, no, it is played. Okay, I'm seeing it, and everything but the combo one.
Oh my
Thank
god. What a wacky. I'm already confused. We have 4 S tier cards like right off the bat. Well, dude.
I do.
This explains everything.
Yeah. To add, some actual commentary, I will say, like, I do like that if it's gonna be a fucked deck, at least it's consistent, and at least you have cards like this where it's like, like the Cerberus we saw, or blanking on her name, but the 5 mana 3/3, like she, checks the top 4, and you can get, a bunch of stuff. This one searches your deck for whatever, and I like that rather than like Sword right now, where it's like, Mock Knight, heroic entry, and I either hit and win or miss and cry. Yeah.
This is insane. I swear, if we see another S card right after this, I think I'm gonna just pack it up, guys.
Yeah.
All right, next card here.
Guess what? We're playing.
Yeah.
All right, Yukimi Sajo, 2 mana 2/2, evolve for 1. Fanfare, 2 play points less than 1. That's interesting. That's on Fanfare. Give this follower +1/+1. On evolve, select another cool follower on their field. Give it +1 attack, rush, and the A word gives the A word too. This card's okay. I mean, it's good. It's obviously insane, but like, it's not what we just witnessed. Now I'm trying to think. Just side note, was the other card Fanfare, and I missed the Fanfare from the first starter deck. The other girl that was like pump less than 1. I don't remember, but I might have.
I don't think it was Fanfare.
Oh, okay, that's good. I mean, obviously, this is just like a good card that you're gonna play. Probably, maybe there's enough like Evo cool cards that you don't need this, but like buffing something else. I don't like that it's so tied to it having like something else survive, so it's like a win more card. Like I don't like win more cards like this, you know.
Yeah.
And then also in this game, like if you're playing aggro, you're probably like gonna have a low hand size. So it's like, okay, in the mid game you could go like 2 cards out of your hand and do something, but it's like that's not actually really that strong. And the assail sort of implies that you're gonna be removing something. So it's like okay, it's okay.
Yeah, well, and I think, having already seen now, this is just giving the deck more ammunition in order to kind of keep going. If you miss the Rin and you still hit the Karen, you still get this card as well. Give Karen that +1 and assail. It's
Mhm.
there's still just way more good combinations that come out of this.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think you guys kind of hit on everything. I like this card a lot. I just, once again, assail is a really powerful keyword. I'm definitely giving it a B. Yeah, and in a way too, because this like I don't think this happens too often. But like you go first, you play your overstated goblin, and then you're going second. I mean, sorry, you go second, right? In turn 1, you play your overstated goblin. Turn 2, you play this with an Evo point. You immediately get +1. You get a swing in for 4 immediately. Like it, there's a little cute snowball effects that are happening here as well. So yeah, all right. Next card here.
Is this one me?
Yeah, I believe so.
All right. So this is Kako Takafuji. It is a 1-drop 2/2. So we've already got a goblin here. Evolves for 2, and on evolve, pay 3 play points to select an enemy leader. Deal it 3 damage. It's a pretty good card. I mean, coming out on 3, it's basically a storm, or sorry, it's 3 play points to do it. So I mean, it does take a lot to get that 3 play points, but if there's ways that you can play this out for free, it's potential that you can kind of work off of. But otherwise, I mean, it's just a goblin. This deck wants those. So
Yeah, this card is really. I like everything about this card. It's Goblin. It adds consistency to the deck because it's a card that obviously is like super over or costs so much for the effect that you get in the middle and late game, but it's at least something that's playable. Like it's the best like top deck Goblin you could have in the game because it's like okay, oh, I'm out of cards, top deck. Okay, well, at least I can pump 6 mana into something, and do, here's my 3/3 and deal 3 to you. I also like that it's going first. If you like drew really badly, you could just play this on 1 and then turn 2 Evo and swing 3. And yeah, I like that it like fixes your curve like pretty well. I
Yeah,
like this card a lot.
this card is just like a really good goblin. The crazy part about this card too is that like you don't necessarily even have to play the Evo for this to be like kind of scary, because your opponent will sit across to this and they're like, well, I can remove this 3/3 over here, or and I end up leaving this 2/2 goblin here. But if they actually play the Evo, there's a potential this gets to swing in for 6 damage next turn. Like you Evo, play the 3 play points, deal 3, swing in for 3. That's also really scary to think about as well.
Yeah.
I definitely do like this goblin. It's more interesting than playing the vanilla goblin of what, like, was it like pay 4 Evo into a 4/4 or something?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It used to
That's
actually
basically the same cost, and it does way more.
Yeah.
in the beta version of the game. It used to be cheaper and have a sale. The Goblin Evo.
Oh, really? Yeah.
But it was. I guess they thought it was too broken. It used to be Evo 3, and on the Evo side had a sale.
All right. Dude, why do we have another S card in this deck? I guess I need to buy this deck for sure.
Yeah.
Oh man. All right. Next card here is Chizuru Matsuoka. This 2-drop 2/3 Swordcraft follower. Fanfare. Select another cool follower on your field. Give it +1 attack. Last word. Select a cool follower on your field. Give it +1 attack. Oh, this is just what's that card again?
Way better version of the Luminous Knight.
Luminous Knight, yeah.
So much better. That's insane.
This is just a straight upgrade from Luminous Knight. Wow. Okay. Yeah. I mean, everything. As long as you're playing cool, you're probably playing this. I assume this was relatively played. That would be my assumption.
this is an A in the realm of the gods, you know? Like, this is
Yeah.
like, I'm only giving this an A because we are basking in the realm of the gods right now, you know? Like,
Yeah, I kind of agree. Like, this is
this would be
probably.
an S in any other. Like, if this was in the last starter deck, I'd be talking about this for 5 minutes. This is just like
At this point, I'm expecting the next card to be heroic entry for cool. So
Yeah. Any five or less drop off of the top 10 cards of your deck, just into the field.
Yeah.
Fucking screw
No,
it.
it's gonna be heroic entry, but search your deck for it.
Yeah. Oh my god. Oh, all right. Yeah, there's not much more to say there.
Seira Mizuki, 5-mana 4/4 Storm Evo for 2. On evolve, select the enemy follow the field and deal it 5 damage. Like better Tokai Teo? Actually, like way better Tokai Teo, and you don't have to like.
Was Tokateo 7?
Well,
right?
total.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. Yeah,
but it was reliant on having other things on the field.
Yeah.
This is kind of a cool top end, and like I just wonder what the top end for the deck is for the cool deck. You know,
wasn't it just the 3-drop red?
Maybe, yeah. Well, no, I guess the Cerberus.
True.
So, yeah, so if the best like top end is Cerberus, then you play. So I keep calling her Cerberus, but the 5-mana 3/3. Then you definitely would consider this. Like, I think this is actually a really sick. Just dodge a surefire, clears the way, you know, for your other guys. At the very least, this is an awesome starter deck card.
Yeah, I really like too that the base side actually has Storm.
Yeah,
exactly. Did Tokai Taio's base side even have Storm? It didn't, right?
No.
Yeah, this is just like it definitely does feel like a slight upgrade to Tokai Taio in comparison.
Yeah, I like this a lot. I think this is actually like really good, and like if it doesn't see play, it's probably because there's some other top end that you're playing.
Yeah, I think this is one of those cards that is honestly kind of extremely fair for its price. You know, of 7 cost, you know, deal 5 and Storm, but like I could definitely just see this kind of being a brick in your hand super early, but I don't know if you would complain every time, so.
Yeah, but also like you're probably playing 9 to 12 1-drops in this deck, right? Like, I mean, so the chance that this bricks is like pretty low, because you're basically just thinking of this as like a 7-drop that has like accelerate 5, you know. But no, I do think, you know, you can brick, but also you have so many cards that like search shit. It's like, are you ever bricking on this deck? I guess.
I feel like you do kind of make a point. It's probably very unlikely for this deck to brick. It's probably why also like the cool stuff was just so powerful, right?
Because like every card we've read is like does so much in one card, or searches your fucking deck for a 2-drop of any card or any cool, you know, any cool, or is Cerberus. It's like, you know, I don't know.
Yeah, have we hit anything that can search this card out?
No.
Okay.
Like, I'm just thinking like this would be just the top end, you know, like finisher.
What are you guys thinking on the rating of this? I'm kind of torn between like
I want to give it an A.
Yeah, I'm sitting at an A. Like I said, I think it's a very fair card. I think it's well designed. It's just in this deck, maybe it's a little too much.
I think it's similar to the last card that we looked at, where it's you know, it's but on 2 different spectrums of like the curve, where it's like if there's too much of this, then this is the first cut. But if there's not, then easy peasy, you know.
I'm gonna give it a. Go ahead. Sorry.
I was just gonna say, I think the big thing that might decide whether or not you play this is if you have the Evo space room, to be honest.
Yeah.
I'm gonna give it a B. I totally can see it being an A. I just think maybe this meta it's not gonna be good enough. Like I could see it endless for sure, but I mean, is this gonna be an easy like instant 3 in the deck? Probably not. I feel like, but I mean, I can also see this card literally being A or S tier in the sense, because it just seems like it's just such a, like you said, Captain, like it's just a fair card for what you're putting into it, and it just seems like good all around. Storm is such a good keyword. You know, dealing 5 damage is something usually removes most things out of the way for you. So if there's one big ward, you're just like, goodbye big ward, swinging for my 5 and whatever my little guy's in. going afterwards. The only other thing too I think about this card is like maybe like the cool deck is just so fast already that like seeing this card, like you might play this card, but it might not see play very often in a lot of matchups because you're just either winning too quick or getting controlled to death essentially.
Yeah, to be honest, I even just like it more. I just realized that there's nothing here that reads it needs to have another cool follower or even another EMOS follower.
Yeah.
So it being a storm or a rune splashable card also makes me happy.
Yeah, because the other thing is like that it adds to like even if you are winning too fast, it's still a 5-mana 4/4 storm.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, for sure.
I think it's just dependent on if there's other things we want to be playing in that slot.
Yeah, for sure. All right, next card.
So the next card is Honoka Ayase. It is a 1-drop 2/1 fanfare. Select another EMOS follower on your field and give it Rush. I think this is pretty solid. It's another 1-drop that the deck is able to run. Scenarios where maybe this is your hit off of now, you're giving something else Rush. So overall, I think it's pretty solid. I don't think it's the best card in the deck. And it's definitely understated, but we like it.
I just can't think of a reason why you'd play this over more goblins. Unless this is the 9 to 12 goblin, which it could be.
Yeah, I feel like this is probably going to be the 9th to 12th goblin you end up playing. Because at the end of the day, like, are there even that many things that damage less than 2 for removal in the early stages that even see play at this point? It's just kind of like Archer and what else? I guess like the sniping guy from Hunter deals 1.
The Barrage, Angelic Barrage.
Yeah. Yeah. I think in general, Angelic Barrage is not going to see much play, if ever, and unless we get into weird metas where like we're playing a bunch of these 1 health followers running around.
They got played in the bat meta a lot, actually.
What was that a meta where like there was a lot of like 1 cost fall or 1 health followers like staying behind?
The bats.
Yeah. So, which I think that makes sense, but I'm not sure if in this meta it'll come up or not. So sometimes it being 1 health or 2 health, it doesn't really matter, is what I'm trying to say. Sometimes just really depends on like what is happening in the meta. Yeah,
I agree with that. I just see it as a goblin. It's a 2/1, but nothing that hits it isn't hitting the goblin as well. So it just giving Rush is nice.
Yeah, I think I'm gonna give this like a C. It's like probably the worst goblin so far we've seen of all the goblins we can play. Gonna give it a V. Yeah.
Yeah, no, it's not a rating.
V for very cool.
Yeah.
All right, moving on here. It's me now, right? I think.
Yes.
So we got Otoha Umeki as a 2-drop 1/3 Forestcraft follower. Whenever you play a card, you select an enemy follower on the field and deal it 1 damage. And then it's a CG cool card. Oh, so
Archer.
Yeah.
Archer.
Oh, and it's any card, right? It's
I was double checking reading this. So you could play spells and stuff, and you'll deal 1 damage somewhere. This is actually a really interesting card. I wonder how it actually plays out. I'm curious if it ever sees play in like during this meta at all for like a Forestcraft dollar.
In the combo cool deck, it sees a lot of play. But
interesting. I might have to check that out.
Could it see play in regular Forest too? I mean, if it's just any card, it lets you do like your bounce package pretty efficiently as well.
But it's a 1/3. Like you're sacrificing because you have to be playing such a high amount of spells that it would matter that it's like because one of the best things about Archer is that it's just so hard to kill. It's like very hard to kill.
Yeah.
And most of the things you're playing anyway are followers. So I don't know. I think it's also a side because it's like you have things, like I don't know. I don't think you'd play this in 4.
I could see a world where you don't want to like. A lot of times I feel like if you play Archer, you're always forced to allot 1 Evo slot to Archer. I guess maybe you just play Archer anyway. I guess it does depend. All right, if we go back to like playing like the Amulet bounce package stuff, I could see this seeing some amount of play in that sense because like we play our 1-drop Amulet, it hits something, we bounce it back to our end, and so forth. It's kind of cute in that sense, but I don't know what's doing and cool. But I don't know. I kind of like this card. I'd have to play with it to really understand if it's truly an awful card or not compared to Archer.
Yeah,
the
I think
combo
the big thing, is you're going first most of the time. What are they playing on two that gets rid of it? Because I hope most people won't drop a Surefire on it, but at the same time, with this kind of effect, you don't want on the board for long. So
Yeah. Yeah, I think I'm just gonna give this a C. Like, I'm kind of happy with this card a lot, and I just don't know if it truly beats out Archer, which is the curious part. But I mean, once I play around with it, I'll know for sure. So
Yeah, I'm just rating it a B because I don't think you ever play this outside of Idolmaster, but in Idolmaster it's really good, and in the combo deck it's really good.
yeah,
And it's kind of the only way to like not just get your ass beat by like aggro stuff, or one of the only ways.
yeah,
But yeah,
I
I never consider this for like Forest.
yeah, I just like the cards that don't read, fully Idolmaster, because if it has the
Yeah,
chance to be played in the rest of the craft, I think it is a much better card than if it was just, for this intro to the game kind of thing.
yeah.
All right, next card.
A single vessel fanfare last word. Select the enemy follow on the field and deal it 3 damage. Activate for 2 play points. Engage this card. Discard a card. Put this card near your cemetery. Huh? You go -2. What? No, this card's not good. This card sucks. Why do you have to discard a card for this?
I have no idea. That's a good question.
This is the worst card in the game. Why do you have to discard a card?
Yeah, especially if you're already playing 2 play points, you're doing the exact same thing.
Yeah.
Unless it's like a splash in the cute stuff, but
I think this is the worst card in the game.
Yeah, I wonder what their thought process was when they made this. Like, is there something else we're just like missing a key piece? Where like, oh, this will help activate more consistently some graveyard thing, cemetery thing. But yeah,
there's just going to be a broken trail of light later. That's all.
yeah,
That's the only thing I can think of.
huh? All right. Next card.
So another spell, 5-cost Full Bloom Panorama. It is a quick, and it's a select up to 2 enemy followers on the field and destroy them. So it's 1 cost more than execution to destroy 2 things. But at the same time, we have 5-drop board wipes. To me, it just doesn't really do a lot here. It's maybe like a good splash in regular Runecraft where like Daria can play it for free, but I don't know about in EMOS.
Yeah, this is like a card where it's weird because you're right. Like, I think around the 5 play point range is when like a lot of board clears start to happen for most crafts. And the only way this is like better compared to those is if like your opponent is able to build 2 large, like tall followers that a normal like deal 4 to the board doesn't answer immediately. And that in right now, I don't feel like there's a world where that matters. So this card, like, you would think would be kind of good, but I just think it's just a worse like execution, worse like 4-drop removal for one big thing. So
Yeah. It's sick with Daria.
yeah.
Yep.
Daria, I'll give it a D for Daria.
Yep.
I'll give it an F for it's not playable.
Oh, is this the first actual spell? Because the last card we saw here was an amulet. Is this the first spell we saw? Right?
In this set.
Oh, for this deck, yeah.
My bad. Did we have spells in the cute stuff, or did I not realize that? I felt like
the Acolyte's Light.
Oh yeah. Okay. Next card here. This is me, right? I believe.
Yeah.
It's a 5-drop 4/4 Dragoncraft follower here. It's Noah Takamine. Sorry. And then evolve for 1. On the evolve side, it's on evolve, select an enemy follower on the field and deal it X damage, where X equals your maximum play points. So
I
on
love this for ramp.
5 or 6, we get to evo this into a 5/5 that deals 5 or 6 damage to our follower.
I love this for ramp. Does ramp
Yeah.
exist?
I don't think ramp is real right now. I
don't
could
think
see
ramp
this like
exists.
maybe being played in the future if like ramp makes a really big comeback, right?
Bro,
It
we
seems
stepped
okay.
into a new game on set 7.
I
There is
know.
no future.
Yeah, I mean this card doesn't read horrible, but it's also not super amazing. I know.
It's only Idolmaster, and that it's a
Yeah.
cool card, but other than that, I don't think it plays into anything else that the deck is trying to go for.
Yeah. Hit D. Whoops. Hit D for dragon. Whatever. My D will
Yeah.
be off to the side here. D for dragon. All right.
Yeah.
Dragon these nuts. All right. Anyway. Next card.
All right, the mother of all
Sure.
goblins, rookie trainer. Activate engage this card. Select the other item master follower on your field and give it +1 attack. This card is this is beautiful. This is gorgeous card. I love this card so much. They finally realized, wow, we can't make like the terrible Umamusume like trainer, people from the
Mhm.
starter deck, and they're like, okay, let's make it a goblin, and let's make it basically have an on play effect. This card's really insane. I think this card's like really, really strong.
Somehow, I just feel like I have never seen this card before in like any list, though.
Really?
The one issue is that it's just only IMSCG, so that means are we like anything that's looking for cool or cute or passion in particular, this card is not going to be able to hit, like as always, because of all the trainer stuff, like even in Uma. I I like this card on paper. It just seems like good. It comes down, it's a body on one. Later in the games, it can still come down, pump something else up, swing in, and you still have the body on board that they have to deal with. Like, yes, it is now in the engaged state, so they can swing things into even. But this is an interesting goblin. I do like it. And you haven't seen this in any other decks. I guess when it's competing also with the 1-drop 3/2, it's
Well, but I'm just thinking,
yeah.
you play the 1-drop 3/2, you play rookie trainer, and then you play the Haven 1-drop that we saw in this the one that can Evo.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's 9, and then you add like a couple of the forest ones, maybe.
Yeah, the 2/1.
Like, are people really playing the forest one over this? Like, that seems like no way. Like, I know obviously she can't get hit off the serve, but it's like what else like checks cool? Like there is stuff that checks cool, but if this is your only non-cool card, it's probably okay. And the bonus you're getting is really insane.
Mm-hmm.
And
This is
it's
a
not even like for the turn, or it's just +1 attack.
That's the one. Let me see. The 1-drop, does it look for? Yeah, the 1-drop looks for another cool. So this doesn't fulfill the cool requirement for that. I don't think it matters that much, but maybe that's
Yeah.
part of the
Because you're playing
inconsistency.
37 other cool cards.
Yeah.
I think this works a lot for cool. Since it's neutral, do we see it working with the other? Oh, sorry. I guess it's never mind. It's Idolmaster. Doesn't matter. But does it
If
really
you
work
want to
with the
go
other two?
aggressive, yeah. If you want to be aggressive, yeah. But no, I mean, in other stuff, no, probably not.
Hmm.
It's so good in aggressive deck. Like, it's so insane.
I agree. I guess I have like, I mean, once I start experiencing this meta, when we start testing or whatever, like, or whenever I start playing, I guess I'll understand more if there was a reason that this card didn't exactly see play. But this seemed like such a, on paper so far, in this vacuum of what little we know, it seems like a really solid card all around. There must have been some trait issue. Like, that's the only reason I can think of, like, this card not seeing any play, or there was literally other 1-drops that were just straight up better.
But I almost would take that over like I'll take the, but it's also like there's no like heroic entry type card where it's like, if you have 3 of these in, like, and they're the only non-cool cards, you're still never not hitting off the Cerberus, off the 5-mana 3/3.
Yeah.
And
Not with looking at 5.
what do you say?
Not with looking at 5 cards.
Yeah. And I just feel like all the other stuff is so, because you still just have to play an aggro game plan. Like, yeah, your main trio of the Rin, Shibuya, Nayo, and Karen or whatever. Like, yeah, they all check for cool stuff. And there's a couple other things that check for cool, but like those are the main ones where you want other cool stuff. But like, there's 31 other cards in the deck, and you can just play an aggro game plan, and this really, really helps an aggro game plan. Like establishes very, very good statted body, gives whatever existed on the field +1 attack, and it's just out of hand. It's like basically out of hand 1 damage, and then anything extra, and they have to remove it and stuff. I like it a lot.
Yeah, I'm very curious to see by the like when I start digging deeper into this meta, like what is the exact reason that we weren't seeing this card being played as much, or maybe we just missed it, and yeah, it was actually getting played a lot.
Is cool a deck where you want to see the turn 1 drop, turn 2 1 drops?
Maybe. I mean, with this card, yeah.
This card, it makes that so much better, but
because she can buff herself too.
It looks like another.
This is other. If she could buff herself too, I think this card.
Sorry. I meant like another one.
Oh, two rookie trainers.
Yeah.
They buff each other on turn 2. That'd be pretty funny.
Because what I'm thinking about is like how the Uma Musume like trainers were so bad because they couldn't interact with themselves, and there was like no reason to play them, And like this deck has way less requirements of the traits than Uma Musume did,
Yeah. All right, I guess we'll find out as time goes on here, but that finishes up the cool deck itself. What do you guys think? This is probably the best starter to be buying if you're only going to buy one of them.
Like this is exactly why I don't want to play this game anymore. Like it's just
this is exactly what I was saying about a deck that is immediately competitive out the box. It's kind of crazy how much it can do.
Yeah, my assumption is like almost like half the cards in this deck are going to be in the cool deck for sure, the final cool deck for sure, if not like a lot of them.
Yeah. It's probably the only starter deck that beats the Dragon starter deck.
Yeah. All right, I think we kind of all in agreement. This is like probably the best starter. We'll see after the next I think Passion's the last one here, but here we go. Here's some social media stuff you guys can follow us on from Twitter or X or whatever they're calling it nowadays. And I think that is kind of it. Make sure to like, comment, subscribe, and all of that. Thank you to Captain and Pressure for joining. Obviously, really appreciate you guys both showing up. Do you guys have any shout outs here? I'm going to say
from me.
I'm going to believe that is nothing from Pressure as well. With that being said, guys, hopefully see you in our next video, which should be the Passion starter. Later, everyone.
Peace.
Bye-bye.